We were like two little kids out there building forts, digging. I got to be the child that I never was growing up. We did some stuff. We did lots of stuff, just digging, rooting, tearing, burning, building. And we did a lot of methamphetamine. Good God.
Tracy Knickerbocker was born in 1961 and grew up in a Norman Rockwell-like setting. But there are no guarantees in life, and everyone must go on their journey no matter how idyllic the setup is. A songwriter once said it best, "As the eagle leaves the nest, it's got so far to go."
We wanted for nothing. Like, we had everything that you could possibly want and more. Lived all over the world. Lived in Bangkok, Thailand. Lived in Naples, Italy. Lived in Florida, Virginia, California. All over. Traveled all over. My parents paid for my college education. I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. So I was in this kind of dreamy, la-la kind of life. Very superficial. He liked to barbecue and grow a vegetable garden. My mom loved to cook, kept a clean house. They looked forward to happy hour. They had their cocktails, and they were just quite quiet. We were kind of numb, the whole family. We didn't talk about stuff. Hindsight's 2020. Now I understand why we didn't talk much, because my dad could not talk about what he did at work. I was raised in a military family. My dad, he was a jet fighter pilot. I did struggle with depression throughout my life. Didn't really understand why. My parents didn't understand why I was pursuing the employment that I was pursuing, which was working in group homes, working with troubled youth. I was interested in people. I wanted to help people. I was on a workman's comp injury. I was going to therapy, but I was self-medicating with methamphetamine. And so I had more time to do more meth. So that's what I started doing, more meth. And by the time my workman's comp injury or workman's comp ran out, I was unemployable. My whole culture of friends changed. And before I realized it, 10 years had gone by. And I was evicted, getting high. All I want to do is drugs.
I got arrested.
I lived in my car, tweaking. I learned about camaraderie. I learned about authentic sharing. I learned about having a foul mouth.
Though homeless for 10 years, Tracy experienced a form of communication that was more real than anything she'd experienced growing up.
I'd never heard truth, like authentic, real, genuine stuff that was socially unacceptable. Somebody had some soda, and the guy said, "Don't be grabbing my soda. It's my soda, don't grab it." And so when the guy thought that he was asleep, he tried to grab his soda, and he had a knife in his hand and stabbed his hand. And they still love you. They'll go back and love you. I never saw that. I respected that. When I started going to this homeless park, they had AA meetings and NA meetings. And they told me if I stayed for the whole meeting, that I could have all the leftover coffee and donuts. So I remember getting on my knees and asking God to please help me. I didn't want to live this way anymore. And when I woke up the next morning, there was a shift in my spirit, and the obsession and compulsion to want to use and drink had been lifted. And so I knew exactly where to go. I went to that Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, and I raised my hand for the first time and said, "Hi, my name is Tracy and I am an alcoholic." I was offered housing, and I was like, no, that's too foreign. I know how to live homeless. And then when I did get into housing, about the first 6 months, I would lay in my bed. I wouldn't use the electricity. I wouldn't shower in my own house. And it took about 6 months before I could get all that dirt off my skin, because it was so crusted in there.
Tracy was raised in an environment that was safe yet lacked vital communication. Those tables were turned when she lived in the streets where danger was all around, yet communication was sharp, real, and raw. Now, 14 years clean and sober, Tracy practices the most underrated aspect of communication.
It's all about compassionate listening, listening to what the other person is saying. Sometimes it's not even about what that person says. It's just about them wanting somebody to really acknowledge them. Having somebody make eye contact with them and say, "You matter. I care. I care about what it is that you're saying. Let me hear what you have to say." Yeah, I love what I do. I have such a passion for it. I just love it. I just love it. I am a homeless outreach navigator. I do one-on-one case management for folks who are experiencing homelessness.